Hey guys, just waiting for breakfast. I've been in line for 10 minutes. I don't know what's taking them so long. I don't know. 10 minutes already. Still waiting in line. Don't know what's going on today. It's Friday, so you know. Oh, happy Friday, everybody. Rainy here. Rainy, drizzly. It is 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. It's gonna be a warm day. Nobody on yet. Just green. See what happened? Nobody show up? See what happened? Nobody show up? No. Oh, no, I just, yeah. Thanks. No, we're just slow. She's looking at me like, no. Oh, you're just slow. It takes 15 minutes to get your breakfast. Yeah, they're just slow. Hey, Randy. Henry's here. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, 15 minutes. It should take 15 minutes to get your breakfast, especially when you're the first person in line. Thank you. What's that? Oh, did you? Okay. All right, no problem. Have a good day. She said we had orders before you. There was absolutely nobody in front of me at all. And I waited 2, 3 minutes before I placed my order, so she's full of crap. Oh, we had orders before you. No, you didn't. Do they know who I am? I'm Mr. Duchess. All right. Anyway, guys, good morning, everybody. Let me get situated here in the parking lot. We got the new tires on the Dodge, so we're good to go rolling wise. Roll the window up a little bit.
Ready to tell.
All right. Let's see what we got. All right, let's get the cheaters on so we can see. Let's see who we got here. All righty, we got, let's see, let's start up from the beginning. We got Randy, 80. I know, I heard Chicago was 90 yesterday. I was watching the ball game. It's hot. We got to about 72 here yesterday, but who knows what it'll be today. Henry, good morning. Randy's here. Henry, Dave Carlisle, hello, David. Everybody, Tim, how are you, Tim? Good to see you. Henry again. Everybody's saying hello. Bentwads, I haven't seen you before, Bentwads. Welcome. Good morning. Hopefully you're subscribed. I should have some good content coming out today. Henry again. Oh, David, Josh, good morning. Everyone's saying hello. Henry, Tim. Hey, Pates is here. Don't know which one, but good morning. It's probably the mister. Ed is here. Hello, Ed. Good morning. Jason, everyone's saying hello. Oh, it's Stanley? Oh, you got a new name, Stanley? Okay. Tim, Henry, Tim, everybody. We're caught up. Yeah, so I pull in. I'm the first one here. There's nobody here. Okay? No cars in the parking lot. Nobody here. I pull in. I wait 2 or 3 minutes to place my order. I place my order. Then I have to wait 15 minutes to get my food. And she's telling me there was orders before me. What orders? No orders. Nobody here. All right, so today on the docket, we got the Western omelet, rye toast, because rye toast is good for you, and sausage and home fried potatoes. And, of course, the lifeblood of breakfast, the coffee. All right, let's go back in there. Let's see. Brand new Jeep Wrangler. Uh-oh. That's some serious bucks, Randy. Those Jeeps are expensive. We had a Grand Cherokee. They are not cheap. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Yeah, good to see Pate's up there. I see they put out something last night. I gotta look. JP, how are you? Hey, as busy as I want it to be. Let's see what we got here. In Connecticut for 5 minutes, Brewster. So you were literally in Jim Condon's backyard. So you should have stopped in and said hello. Well, he's probably at work. But yeah, Jim Condon's around that place. Let's see. Let's say hello, hello, hello. Oh, everything's expensive. I know. 50 log splitter. You got some videos out, Stanley. John Perks. Hello, hello. All right, let's get the lifeblood in me first. Let's get the lifeblood in. Busy day today. 3 tractors to work on, 1 push mower, a tractor that has a broken PTO cable. I gotta see. Everything's back ordered. Nothing is there. No, he's just over the border. Jason. So he's pretty close. He's close to Danbury. Yeah, just over the border there. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. That's one thing. I got a generator I got to work on for myself that needs a camshaft. Hopefully, everything should be fine. I used to service it, but the guy blew the camshaft. Generacs are known for wearing out the camshafts. So, second pot of coffee. Pot. How many cups you got, Ed? I do probably 2 or 3 of these a day. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so 2 or 3 20 ounces a day. That's what I do. All right, let's see how the eggs came out today. Yeah, the lady was kind of, excuse me, the lady was kind of pissy with me today. I said to her, oh, nobody show up for work? She's like, well, all right. Well, I'm waiting 20 minutes for my meal. Hi, Simone.
Hey, Ken. Hi, everyone in chat.
Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second, guys. My speakers aren't working. Let me see if I can get my speakers working. Hold on. Let's see. Bluetooth. G7. Come on. That's better. All right. Now I can hear you.
That's good.
All right. Yeah. How's your week going?
Not too bad, actually. Went up to the garage yesterday working on a car, and yeah, everything's bolted back on now.
Oh, nice.
So I do have a video coming up, but it's going to be rather long.
That's all right. We like that.
Yeah.
This weekend?
I've got a video. No, this weekend is a second part of the last one I put up when I went to a car show. I've been busy this week, and a few things went wrong, so I didn't get around to editing everything. So yeah, it's the second part of the car show in Callington.
Okay.
Hi, Henry.
Did you see anybody there you knew?
Yes, there was another YouTuber there. That was no John Cotton.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, he was there. So we had a chat. Hey, Tim. So yeah, that one's going up on Sunday. It's already on my Patreon, so if anyone wants to jump on there, they can do. Yeah, the video for the Cortina, I did a lot of work. The part 1, I was absolutely astonished how many views that thing has got. But it's all really weirdly, it's all from the Middle East. But they're very, very short views. I don't think they I don't think they liked it very much. But you know, what is more beneficial if your longer watch time or more clicks? I don't really know.
It's probably clicks, but you have to look at the ads though. Are they looking at an ad? Do you have an ad like in the very beginning, and then they shut it off?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know. The average
views is okay. Views, but ads, if you get more revenue with ads if they watch just a couple seconds of it and then shut it off.
Yeah. The average watch time is like 1 minute 18 seconds. It's really bad.
Well, Sparky could probably answer it better. Sparky, what's better, views, watch time, clicks?
If you want my opinion, and this is my
Yes.
opinion, it's videos. People watching them. It's getting the people
No, but is it
interested.
just clicking on it, the time they click on it?
Get them interested at the beginning. As long as it's more than 30, 40 seconds, you've got them.
Okay. Well, it's 1 minute. Yeah, well, about 1 minute 18, 19 seconds.
Oh, is it you coming out the kitchen with a cup of tea?
No, I wish. No, it's literally me introducing the video, stood next to the car.
Yes. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, everyone. It's I'm very tired at the moment. I haven't been well for a few days, so I'm just trying to keep myself up and running.
Well, I hope you feel better soon.
I've got a pain in the side. I can't get rid of it.
What's the weather over there, guys?
It's sunny.
Overcast here.
And I'm doing a mental health live stream this week. I can't tell you any more than that. We'll be raising money for it. I've got the go ahead with the radio. I've got the go ahead with everything now.
Nice.
So the PayPal's have been set up. Everything's been done, all above board, and I've just been told to go ahead now and just sort it out. Hey!
No, it's the mower man.
It's the mower man.
What's going on, Mick?
No, I'm talk to my American friend. All right. How you doing?
Very
Not
tired.
bad.
Nice rainy, weathery day.
Oh, it's not too bad.
I've got to go out soon. I'll jump in the shower, sort myself out, and then go and take the battery and put it back in the Cortina and see if it'll start.
There you go. Video.
Yes. Hi, everyone in chat.
Oh, yeah.
What are you chewing down on, Kenny?
What's that?
What are you chewing down on?
Today we have a Western omelet with home fried potatoes, sausage, and fried toast.
Nice.
I've had cheese and toast.
Going to be a busy day, so I figure I don't usually have lunch. I usually have a big breakfast and then
Yeah. I hear you.
I've not eaten anything yet.
So you're putting out a little content.
Aye?
You're putting out a little content lately.
No more than usual, mate. Normal content. Wednesday and a Saturday. Normal.
Hey, now is it going to be you tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. Everything okay with Conker? How did his swinger party go?
Yeah, that went all right. Yeah, that was all right. And he's just cremated his mum, so he wasn't doing too well. He rang me up and well, I'm not going to divulge, but he wasn't doing very well.
Wow.
But yeah, he's all right now. He's all right. Hi Ed, I'm just trying out my new phone. It's the first time I've seen a live go, and I thought I'd try my new phone out.
Go sideways. See if it gives you a landscape if you go sideways.
Should do.
There you go.
It's this old lady now.
There you go. I've got Josh here. Look with his girlfriend. Look, isn't she hot? Look, Josh's new bird. Look, yeah, oh yeah. Well, we're not new bird. They haven't kissed yet. They've been dating for about 8 months. Haven't even kissed yet. He hasn't kissed her.
Girlfriend that looks like his mom?
Aye?
Did he pick a girlfriend that looks like his mom?
He picked a girlfriend, so do you look like your mum? Does she look like my mum? Do you look like your mum? Oh no, we don't.
Mrs. P.
Oh, Mrs. P? She doesn't look like Mrs. P. She's far too bloody short.
Oh dear.
They always say that
they're not even kissed yet. They haven't even kissed yet. Can you believe? Oh, you have now?
Yeah.
You have kissed. Oh, well done. Good. It's about time.
Is this the son who's a police officer?
No, this is one that's going into the RAF.
He's been flying the jets.
He's going to the RAF. Millie tried to get into the Navy, but she's too short.
Tell him thank him for his future service.
Thank you. He hasn't done a service. Yeah, he hasn't done a service yet. I just reminded him because he woke me up this morning I watched a full 10 hours last night, and he woke me up this morning. So I'm just going to wait for him to go into his training when he's done a 10-mile run with a big backpack on, and he's absolutely hanging out of his backside. I'm going to ring him up.
I would be dead. I couldn't do it.
Dear.
So can you hear me all right, can you? This is a new phone, so
yeah, absolutely. Sound fine.
A little echoey.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the phone itself. It's fine, normal.
Yeah.
I got the new Google Pixel Pro 6 or something.
What brand is that? Like a Samsung or something?
It's a Google phone. Yeah, it's nice. It is. I like it. Google Pixel 6 Pro.
Now, do they give you that with your service, or do you have to pay for the phone?
No, I've got to pay for it. Yeah. Well, it's split. You have to pay half device, half airtime plan.
Okay.
So you can put money on your device and sort of get your bill down.
Mm-hmm.
I get 25% off with me railroad. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done the with the Vodafone.
Yeah, fine, Mick. You do not sound like Minnie Mouse. There you go. See, they're picking on you. Don't even know you.
Hey, Rob Small Engines. All right,
Hey,
Rob. Wayne, everybody. Good morning.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm as knackered as you can be. Oh.
Yeah, Mick, you're lying. You have never worked a full 10 hours. Ed, what's up with you, man? Christ's sake, come on. I was out a full 10 hours last night.
Yeah, 10 hours doing what? That's the question. Yeah, just watching other people work.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Well, there's a shuffle, you know what I mean? Get on with it, you know what I mean? And delegation is called.
How long you going live for, Kenny?
Probably another hour and a half or so.
Oh, we'll put it this way. I was home and in bed before this live stream was finished.
I've only been on for like 20 minutes. That's all.
Yeah, I wasn't as long as that. I don't think. I wasn't long.
Last night. I take it no.
No. Just when I marked a job up to work.
What's the state of the railroad tracks over there, Mick? Are they in good shape or what?
Not really, because we're running a modern railway units on Victorian infrastructure. To be fair, nothing much has changed since Victorian time. We've got so many restrictions with regards to Victorian structures, bridges, and even the platforms are Victorian, which we can't move. So because they're listed buildings and what have you.
You ever see like a lot of rail failures, like split rails and rail failures?
Yeah, you get loads of that. Yeah.
So would it be ideal for a lot of the rail work to be replaced, or that's kind of expensive? I can imagine.
It would be easier if we could remove some of the tunnels, platforms, and structures, and have our railway more straight. It would be nice.
Yeah, it's very bendy.
Like inside the tunnels and narrow. Right?
Oh yeah, when I go and work in a tunnel, sometimes they give me a restriction of about 10 millimeters lift and 5 mil sloughs. Oh
my god!
But you've got to bear in mind you got a kinetic envelope, Ken, where you have to work up to. So you probably got about half a foot, but you can't breach the kinetic envelope.
Mm.
Now, have they ever had the trains that don't realize it? They go through a tunnel and they hit the sides?
No, because all of our rolling stock is all set to gauge, all of it. So the only time you would ever have something come through that's a bit wide, it would have a planned route, and they would talk to all parties concerned, so that train wouldn't go down a certain line if it didn't fit.
Right.
I just figured someone open the door and bang,
because we would look silly if that happened, wouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It has happened in some instances where some of the newer trains that I work on, like a Matisa B66 Tampa, she's got quite a big fat ass, and she has struck a few platforms before, so we've had to move coping stones out and what have you, just to make it fit.
Have you ever had to use one of those little hidey holes in a tunnel?
Refuges, yeah.
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 That's got to be scary.
It's not as scary as you think, to be fair. It's quite scary first time, or if you're working and you get caught short. So if you're with regards to the new safety devices we now have in place, you can have up to about 2 minutes to find a safe refuge. But when I first started, you were relying on a bloke standing about a quarter of a mile away with a flag, and you then had a sight lookout, and the distant lookout would blow up and wave his flag, and then the sight would then shout out "one on, get out." And if you were sort of not where you should be, but if you were moving a little bit and you got caught short between two refuges, and you might have like 35 seconds to get out. Yeah. It's amazing. It always amazes me how many people you can fit in one refuge.
Wow.
What is the side or the floor, or where is it?
It's in the side. It's a bit like a closet in a tunnel, Ken. It's a bit like a closet, yeah. Ideally, they're supposed to hold 4 men or 4 persons, but some persons are bigger than others. And when you get like 2 or 3 hefty persons in one, there's not a lot of room for you to get in there. So sometimes you go in and it was full, and you haven't got any time to go to the next one.
Yeah.
So someone in the back would just grab you by the belt and pull you in, and the train will go past your face about 3 inches from your face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just an opening, or is there's no doors? It's just an opening.
No doors. It's just a cutout. Yeah, just a cutout.
So the sidings.
Some are bigger than others.
So what would happen if you couldn't get to one and you had to say like lie down or something on the ground?
If you couldn't get to one, we have what's called a 6-foot, which is the piece of land between the two roads, as we call it. We call it an up road and a down road, what we call it. So not in between the rails where the sleepers are. It's the ground in between the 2 separate roads. They recommend to lie down, facing traffic, and just recite as many prayers as you know, because you've got about 9 inches of clearance.
Jesus.
Yeah, we see. Yeah.
When I first started, bear in mind I've been on 23 years now. It used to happen relatively frequently, but you learn to trust your guys. So when you look out, said, one on, boys, you could tell by the tone of his voice you got 50 seconds, maybe 40 at a push. But when he went one on, you knew you had to move straight away.
But then Fred Dibner did that train exploring the tunnels, and you could see him all down the tunnels when Fred Dibner did all the explorings of the UK tunnels. It was amazing. When the train was coming through, he shoved his back like this straight into the thing, and it was like, whoa.
Oh yeah. I was working on a section of track one day, real nasty double reverse curves, and we had about 4 lookouts out to make sure we had the sighting. And we were busy working away. We were working on the up road, which is the up to London, as we call it. We call it up to London, down to country. Yeah. And we were working on the up road, and the site lookout, Steve. I've been on about like 10 years, I suppose. We're busy working away, and Steve was over the other side of the track, looking out for trains coming towards us on the up. And he went, "What?" like that. So we just dropped what we were doing and jumped into the place of safety. And he went, "Down road." It was on the other road.
Oh,
sneaky bugger. Oh, I went up into the hedge and emptied my pants out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a few close saves. I have had a few close saves where you get caught out, but as long as you're careful and as long as you stay concentrated you can't lose your focus.
No.
Because it's not just the trains that get you. It's down my neck of the woods. We got third rail down here. We haven't got overheads, or we haven't got a lot of things.
Live rail.
Yeah, we've got live rail. So if you I work nights predominantly where the juice is turned off and there's no trains running. But now and again they'll put you onto days to do something, and you've got the juice on and you've got trains running. So you have to remember and But then we've always got a controller of site safety, a COF they call it, and it's his job. He generally doesn't work, and it's his job just to oversee the entire site. So if you do something wrong, you're gonna get told. That's his job.
Do you have any kind of detectors on you that would sense the voltages trail and beep or do something like that?
We used to have a system came in from Germany. It was a vibrating vest, effectively. So it was a bit like a work vest. And when a train came within, I think it was a quarter of a mile, the vest would light up and vibrate. And it was done by GPS, but it wasn't fail safe. And the other problem was is when you're working away, and if you're working quite close to a live rail, the last thing you want is something vibrating to make you jump. Is all you think, you know what I mean? So that got canned. And then they brought out this other system called a LAWS, Lookout Operated Warning System, which is where someone's got this big unit console on their chest, and they would be up to 1.5 miles away, and they just stand, and as soon as they let go of the trigger on their device, let go of the trigger, it would then send an alarm off to a person standing on site 1.5 miles away. Yeah. Really good bit of kit, and we use it a lot. And it's never ever failed, because if it fails, brake loses connection, it automatically sends a signal to the other end. If a person lets go of the trigger, it sends an alarm off. So it's fail safe and really good bit of kit. But you can't beat having a 65-year-old old boy who's half blind with a flag and a horn, who's worked that job for so long. They're the ones that you trust.
It's like an electrical world as well. You see, when there's that new tester come out the other week, where you like go anywhere near power, it shuts it down instantly. Like the new systems, it's like ridiculous. I mean, some of the stuff now coming out is like mental, but it's all to do with safety these days. Too much health. There's a lot of health and safety. Sally, all right, backwards. All right, DNR, Tim, JP, everybody.
Well, the thing is,
we've got tow motors at work. You know, like pallet trucks. Yeah. And they've actually lasers on them, so that you can 15 feet ahead and 15 feet behind, you see either a red or a blue light, so you know they're coming. We've had people almost get impaled by these things because they drive drag racing, you know, through the plant.
The worst thing they've ever done down our neck of the woods, when we went from Sparky and Hooked on Classic Simone with Novus, we used to have what was called slam doors. Which is the old Victorian style carriages that you open the door, got in, and slam the door behind you. Slam doors. When they changed from that rolling stock to the new rolling stock with the sliding doors, the Bright Spark down our neck of the woods on the southern region painted them green, which was great because when it was going through the countryside, not only were they twice as quiet, you couldn't hear them, but you also couldn't see them behind the trees. That's why they've since painted them white, because we complained for the first day because we couldn't see them. But yeah, when the wind's in the wrong direction and you got a train coming down on you, you can get quite close.
The last year that guard on cross country sadly died on the cross country. All the doors closed, but his door didn't close, but it did close, and it squashed him basically because the safety device wasn't put in properly. That was in the paper, in the Metro. The safety device wasn't put in properly, and apparently,
Sparky, what got him though? The force of the door.
What actually happened? It says in the Metro. I'll dig it out later. I'll send you it, Ken. Basically, the conductor closed all the doors. And he literally stood between the two doors. The doors his door shouldn't close until he's in it. But the LEDs failed at the bottom. The LED system, it's like a beam system. It failed. It was just literally you've got to do that to get out the door to look down. And apparently, where he was, he basically got crushed by the door because the doors kept trying to close.
That must be a very different system to what we use. Our conductors, he's actually got a key, and he can't operate his door until he puts the key in, and all the other doors are all shut. So I don't know what system that is.
It's cross country one. It's where the two buttons, where you have to press two buttons, and you close it, and you take your finger off, and your door should close after you move, but it didn't. It moved while you were pressing the two buttons. So the safety feature was moved. It was done by the people who think health and safety find them and everything. It was all in the Metro.
We used to do some real crazy things back in my day when I first joined. If we had a job on, say on Tuesday night, we were allowed to jump on the train and then we're going to on the old slam doors, going to the old guards room where all the mums. Do you remember, Simone? All the mums with the pushchairs used to go in there and all that sort of thing. We used to go and have all our tools, and then when we get quite close to the site, we used to tell the conductor. He would radio to the driver, and then he would then slow right down to about 5 miles an hour. And once we got to site, we'd then start tucking materials out the train as the train was going about 5 miles an hour, and then it was all ready for the next night. That's how we used to deliver our stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember years ago you could actually open your door before the train even come to a stop.
Oh yeah.
And it's, when you pull the doors down and people stick their head out the window, you know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah, I used to love that. Pull the window down, you could look outside and see what's going on.
Basically, you lose your head if you carry on.
Oh, not always. I was always careful.
Oh, I know, but some people are not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd never put my head out of a window if I went into a tunnel. That was just too scary. Just made me think of the Young Ones. Do you remember when Vivian lost his head? He went back to go get it.
We also used to have the old-fashioned form of signalling, semaphore signalling, Ken, which is the old one that goes up like that.
You have detonated bombs as well, don't you? Detonated bombs on the lines as well, don't you?
We use detonator protection, yeah. But if the train was approaching in a particular semaphore area, the signaller used to get his lever and he used to wiggle his lever like that, and the signal used to do that. And that was a signal to either say you've got a train coming or the kettle's boiled, one or the other.
Yeah, but
preferably the latter.
Well, either one of those, Simone, meant stop work. So
yeah. One thing annoyed me now, right, is they've got rid of all the old signal boxes, right? The old signal boxes, and it's not manned. But then if you get a lorry coming around one corner, there's a railway there, and the lorry's going across halfway across, the CCTV is not like cleaned and tidy. You know what I mean?
It is.
Problems.
Oh yes. Oh yes, it is, mate. The new signalling systems we have in place all over the country are now controlled by what we call ROCs, route operating centres.
I think technology can fail.
Well, the thing is, Simone, everything on a railway now pretty much is fail safe. So when a level crossing barriers go down, before the train is signalled a quarter of a mile away to approach that crossing, the barriers must be down.
Yeah.
If the barriers do not go down, the train is stopped at that signal beforehand.
Yeah.
It's very rare you'll ever see a vehicle getting struck by a train because the train was given permission to approach the crossing before the barriers are down. Generally, it's Mr. Silly Idiot tries to get through the barriers once the train has been signalled past. So,
the scary thing is people still try to do that.
Oh yeah.
Still do it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. My great granddad in Boston. They was doing the train lines there, and it was the old train line system, very old train line system. And his train was coming through. A lorry was coming through with a boulder system on the back of the lorry, and literally whacked straight into the train. And my granddad died. My great granddad died. God. Yeah, because the boulder system wasn't strapped properly to the lorry properly, and there was a lot of problems. According to my one of my relatives, it was pretty bad at the situation. It was in Boston, Lincolnshire.
Well, not like rail are trying to remove every single level crossing if they can. They're trying to put tunnels in, bridges in, and all that sort of stuff. But you can't account for human mistake.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, very true.
You know, I can remember working on a railway line, and I had a newbie with me, a new fella. And we look at there, you got one going around the branch, Mick, which means the train is coming towards you, but where it separates at the junction, it's going to go round the other way. You're all right where you are, just make you aware it's on the branch line, not the main line. Oh, yeah, okay, wait, no worries. So I'm working away. And this newbie, he's looking at this train approaching, it's getting closer and closer and closer, and it's rattling along about 70 miles an hour. Jeez. And then he started to get a bit itchy feet. You see him start to get a bit itchy. And just as he was about to run, I grabbed him by the shirt, said, just stay where you are. And the train come down the track, and then it diverged off. I said, next time I tell you to stand still, stand still. When I tell you to move, move. This is simple as that.
What's that?
You know, But it's you know what? It's a fantastic job. It is really good job. You know, it pays well, but hours suit me fantastically, and it's a way of life on a railway.
Is it possible to get into that job later in life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. It used to be. It used to be. But they are now looking for more qualified staff, apprentices, and what have you. But it used to be the railway was for everyone that couldn't read or write or been to prison, pretty much. But now,
most civil service jobs were like that. But ironically, now that we're in our say 40s, 50s, 60s, they're the ones with the great pensions, great retirements, and all that. You know, the ones like us that went to college and everything else, we're screwed. You know.
Yeah, I went to college, but I didn't do all that well.
The thing is with the railway is if you joined, let's say you're electrician, Ken, right? Been an electrician for 30 years, right? When you join the railway, all your experience, all your qualifications means nothing, absolutely nothing. You know, because it's a completely different integrated system, completely different.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Partnest.
Are you finding it now tougher to get good people, or are they lined up at the door trying to get in?
Well, there's a difference between good people, Ken. Now, I used to be a manager, and I used to interview my own staff and what have you. And I would rather pick the bloke who's just got off his tea break to come for an interview covered in dirt and tarmac, rather than the 18-year-old boy that his mum got me interview and he come in a suit, because I'd rather pick the sweaty old boy that's going to work for 10 hours swinging hammers and what have you than an 18-year-old lad who's never picked up a knife and fork.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
So how would someone who's not very big built and not great education?
Not great education is not a problem. Not a problem at all. Education is not an issue, and we are employing more and more women now. That is definitely becoming a thing. But I will say they do struggle, because predominantly everything on the railway is 3 times heavier than what you would normally pick up. So a standard spanner on the railway, Simone, is about 3 foot long.
Jeez.
That's a beast. Well, you've got to remember that the nuts and bolts are, 45, 50 mil.
Jeez,
so,
I think my impact will be up to snuff.
Crikey, the largest spanner I've got is 35 mil.
What make are the spanners?
They're not really a make look. They're just a solid.
They're made for the railway sort of thing.
Yeah, specific. Yeah, sort specific.
All right, Luke. All right, partners.
Right.
I mean, some of the equipment we've got will take 4 good men to carry, 4 good men or crane.
Yeah.
You know, just to load it up on the van. You know, but there are more and more women joining, and you know, some women are bigger than the blokes. You know.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true.
And also, don't forget, we also sometimes need a level-headed thinker as well, because as I say, some of the lads on the railway are just rough and ready, cut it, beast it, smash it, make it fit. Whereas a woman might say, actually, if we just try this, that might go in first time, you know. So
there's got to be like loads of different areas of expertise and whatever in that field.
Oh, an absolute multitude. A lot of the women go to signals and telecommunications, to be fair. So it's lighter work. It's not so much dancing. Well, I work on the maintenance side, so that's where the heavy work is, on the maintenance side. You know.
I mean, crikey, what about drivers? Are they needed for certain things? I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, drivers are. Yeah, they're on good money too. They're on about, I think, a standard driver once you get your hours and qualifications in. Standard drivers on like 65,000 a year for flat. Flat rate.
I might go to the train station and ask some questions.
Yeah, well, as long as you're not colourblind, that's a biggie, of course. As long as you're not colourblind, you might have to pass like a psychometric test. They bring that in now, which is, sort of, you've got 10 valves. If you open this valve and that valve, where does the water go, or what have you? And it's all sort of timed. So it's not a question of finishing finishing the test paper, it's a question of how many did you get right in the time scale. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, they do a lot of psychometric testing now, because obviously, they want, if you're going to be paid big bucks for a technical job, then they want technical people.
Yeah.
But in my line of work, you don't have to be very technical. Well, in my job you do. In my specific role, you have to. When you're working with track geometry, composition, and design, you have to be. But a standard P-way grunt, just turn up and swing a hammer.
Well, I've put my battery on charge for an hour, so fingers crossed it'll give it a boost.
Why can't we see you, Simone?
Because I'm in me PJs. I need a shower and then go and work on the car.
Just wondering.
Why aren't you at work, Luke?
I've done.
You're worse than me.
Yeah, I've been. What time did we leave? We left just before 8. Got there about 8:30. 2.5 hours. 4 gardens done, and home.
Yeah, you're worse than me, man.
I try not to work Fridays, but this one is part of a group of jobs I do, and I don't mind going there on a Friday morning because I'm done early then. So it's all right.
Oh, how the other half lives.
Yeah.
I'm slaving away over a hot PC here.
Well, I am my own boss, really. You know,
Hey, Edward.
It's flexible.
There's me sweating away in the sun at night time.
But yesterday was quite a hard day. We had quite a few to do yesterday.
Oh,
Seconds, I've got a bloke coming into the door for a mile. 2 seconds.
Hey, Luke, when you cut
the door,
Luke, do you take away the grass or do you mulch it? How do you do that?
I generally mulch it. Some what we do with the walk behinds, they have either bins or grass piles, so we don't have to take any away. Because that is a pain if you have to take it away, because you've got a job when you get home, then, haven't you?
Yeah, at our job, we got a huge pile that they do compost, and the guys are in there all day long dumping clippings. It's crazy.
I'll tell you what they do around here. We have wheelie bins. Do you have wheelie bins where you are? Like the plastic.
For garbage, not really for compost.
Oh well, we have them for the garden waste, and round here they cost £40 a year for one bin. But if you pay another £40, you can have 2. So if I have to take any away, I'll just take my bin and then put that out when it comes to it. You're not really supposed to use it for commercial, but they ain't gonna know where the grass come from.
So automatically come once a week to take it?
Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. We never fill ours up from home waste, really. Some areas is free, but we have to pay around here.
Oh, Simone, you're on about that episode of The Young Ones. It was Bambi, the one where they appeared on University Challenge.
Yeah, that was because they were on the way to the studio, and Vivian loses his head. Yeah, that was scary.
Mel Smith and Griff Rhys-Jones. Griff Rhys-Jones played Bambi Gascoigne.
yeah.
Mel Smith was like the guy on reception.
It was really funny because I remember on the TV you see they're above each other, but they're not. They're actually side by side. Yeah. But on the screen, Vivian kicked a hole in the floor and kicked the guy below him in the head.
We lost Dennis Waterman this week, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
Yep.
I grew up watching Minder.
So did I.
Yep.
I missed the Sweeney because my brother was older than me, but I watched it later.
I would like to watch Sweeney as a kid.
I wasn't allowed.
Sweeney was good. Yeah.
I was told the Sweeney was too violent. So I was always told it's too rough.
But John Thaw is also brown bread as well.
Yeah.
And Arthur Daly as well.
Yeah.
He got to a good age, though. Arthur Daly didn't he?
Oh, he did. Yeah.
George Cole.
Yeah, you guys got me some of that old British humor. I've been watching the old Catherine Tate. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's brilliant. She's very funny.
Have you seen the one? Have you seen the one where he takes the Nans in hospital? He takes his girlfriend in, and she's got the real long nose.
Oh,
no.
That one, that scene is so funny because he says, "Don't say it." She's got something about her. Don't mention it, and she just, it's so funny. Nan, there's a film out, isn't there? There's a movie, Nan, isn't there?
Yeah, she's making a movie called Nan. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's out. I think that's been out. I wanted
it
to
is
see
out.
it.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I've seen a
I
trailer.
haven't
for
seen it. It looks really funny.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Yeah, I think it might have been panned by the critics, but who cares? That's just one person.
I know,
Well,
yeah.
the thing is, some people won't like the way she goes about Nan, will they? That's just the
No.
way it is. you
Oh
know.
yeah, they're easily offended or get offended.
Snowflakes.
You know, on the subject of Catherine Tate,
There she is.
I'm not bothered.
I was watching it the other
Of it.
where she plays
Face.
I'm sitting there and I'm like half asleep. I hear, what? That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
But then you had the other one. didn't you?
I don't pardon. I'm like, what?
Yeah, some of the British humour. I know of a comedian. The Luke and Sparky and Parknest will remember this.
Cool.
I'm
Enjoy
trying
it.
to remember his name now. Doc. He was called Doc, and he was on a British TV show. Oh, what was her name? Hang on, bear with me. I will find out.
Okay.
But the
Doc.
guy called Doc is really offensive.
Oh, some of the stuff that was in the 70s and 80s, they wouldn't.
Oh,
have
It was-
it
it was-
now.
It was a British TV show, and the lady presenter created Childline.
Esther
Esther
Rantzen.
Rantzen.
Esther Rantzen, that was it.
You mean Doc Cox?
Doc Cox, yes.
That's on I'm a wanker.
Yes, Ivor Biggin. He's also Ivor
yeah.
Biggin.
That's it. That's
you look
what
out
it was.
his-
That's life. She used to do That's Life, didn't she?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was on the panel,
it was.
and he was on the panel. Yeah, and a few friends of mine, they showed me some music he made.
Oh
Now
yeah.
it's on YouTube, but it's very, very limited, very few subscribers. But it's really offensive and extremely funny. And if
Yeah,
you've got an
definitely.
open mind, have a listen.
Strange you say that. I have never actually watched New Tricks. I've never watched it.
No, I've never.
No.
I like.
I think
I
I,
like
might,
the early
I might do.
Who is it were on that? Wasn't it like lads were on that?
Yeah, it was Bolam, James Bolam, Dennis Waterman, Alan Armstrong, Amanda Redman.
Oh, yeah.
Who remembers a spy drama called Bugs? It used to be on TV.
I remember it being.
No.
I think Laura watched it, but it weren't really my thing.
I don't remember
London's
that.
Burning. London's Burning's been.
Yeah.
London's Burning, the one we used to watch in the old days.
I tell you
that's
what, I
good.
watched the other night. Some of you
I
might
only watched
remember
that
this. It's going back years. Do you remember that Hammer House of Horrors?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I've been watching I've been watching Benidorm lately. It's such an easy
Oh, no.
watch, and I find that funny.
What's the one about the hotel in Spain? What's that one?
Benidorm, yeah, Benidorm.
I watched a few of those. I had me in stitches. Oh my god! Walking around and looking at all the different people, and oh god.
Hey, you know Madge, who on the disability school, she looks
Yeah.
like my partner's sister,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Johnny,
who lives next door to us, and they're not speaking to each other.
yeah. Johnny Vegas is in that.
Yeah, he is. He was one of
Okay.
the first ones in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Johnny Vegas. I find him funny.
I was never keen on him until I watched him in Benidorm. Then I thought,
Oh,
yeah,
he was on Still Open All Hours.
yeah, he was in that. Yeah.
I came across him apart from the TV adverts for the tea bags, but
Yeah, I
a
remember.
comedy series on BBC Three at the time called Ideal.
Yep, I remember that. We had,
Yeah.
he had a girlfriend on it. They kept going off with other men or something.
Yeah, many of them were sleeping with each
Yeah.
other. It was hilarious,
Yeah.
and they're all trying to hide it and cover it all up.
Yeah, I remember.
then
some of them.
A guy gets killed, and he's not quite killed, but drowned and put into a boiler. It's really weird stuff.
Monkey.
There it is, monkey. I can just about do that.
And some mothers do have them.
Oh yes.
Yeah, some of the British comedy.
Legendary
We
I
have.
man,
love it. I love
Brilliant.
the 70s and 80s
Michael
stuff.
Crawford. Did he get a night or?
Yeah, I think he did actually.
Or did I have to check?
There were some really controversial comedies back then as well, though.
Yeah, like
Love Thy Neighbor.
Alf Garnett.
Yeah,
Oh.
Love Thy Neighbor, which was not actually racist. It was making fun out of racism. But
No, he's
people
not
didn't-
he's not got a knighthood. He's got a CBE. Didn't think he had a knighthood.
That's
I'll
close.
be right back. I've got to put my dinner on. So I'll be right back.
The good old
Ken.
TV programs. The good old
Yeah.
TV programs.
I've got a lot of box sets from a lot of them.
Yeah. Ken.
Yo.
Have you ever watched some of the British comedy movies called Carry On?
Oh yes.
I've seen clips on YouTube, but I haven't watched the whole movie yet.
There's one film available on YouTube at the moment because a lot of them got taken down, and I watch it quite frequently because I find it funny. And let's go and find it. It is Carry On Again, Doctor.
Yeah, that's quite a good one.
Yeah, it's very
That's one of
funny.
the camping.
Carry on camping.
Camping, I think, is probably the most famous and probably
convenience.
I like the convenience one. All about the toilet factory.
Yeah. The Carry On Camping, they've just sold a bra, what they flung off, Barbara Winter's bra for charity the other week.
How much did it make?
£12,000.
Wow.
For charity.
That's an expensive bra.
Yeah, and they've sold off some of the what's his name? The old bloke on that. I can't remember his name, but anyway, I'll get the thing on there because I did the news story about it only about 4 days ago. So yeah, not too bad.
Oh, it ain't our fault, man. That was very controversial.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Sid James, that's it. Sid James. Sid James is. They say sold Sid James pipe, hats, and gloves. They sold it for about $9,000. They did.
Wow.
For the charity, the Carry On charities.
There was a comedy Sid James was in where he drove a yellow Mark III Cortina.
Yeah, bless his house.
Yeah. Honestly, I could not get into that. I tried to watch it, but I couldn't get into it.
I thought it was all right. I quite liked it, but
yeah, I saw a few episodes, but it just seemed a bit.
There's a movie. Have you seen the movie?
No.
There's a movie of it. I think the movie's really probably better than the episodes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's in the movie as the son. Do you know Robin Asquith, the one that was in?
Did all Confessions, didn't he?
Yeah, Confessions.
Oh, Conventions of a Window Cleaner. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He's the son in the movie, but he's not the son in the
series.
Episode.
Let's go way back. Vicar of Dibley.
Yeah, there's that as well. Yeah.
Oh, Vicar of Dibley is just
when she jumps into the puddle. When she jumps in the puddle and disappears.
That lady, the lady who was a bit of a dipwit one, she died. Couldn't believe it.
She died.
Yeah.
Quite
young.
She had a
when they did the story about it on the BBC, about 9 months ago, 12 months ago, did a story about her, and they did it all, and they said that she's worth a bob or two, and the family says, yeah, but she wasn't ditzy, but she was crazy. She come up with so many good storylines.
She was hilarious.
They used to always do the joke thing, didn't they? What she didn't get.
Have you seen what Tim's been putting in chat? He's mentioned a few programs. Sapphire and Steel.
Sorry, Ken?
With Joanna Lumley.
Ozzy Mower. That was always good.
Yeah.
Oh,
and David McCallum.
Yeah, Ken, speak.
You guys say a lot in your TV shows, in your movies. In religious terms, you have what they call a vicar. What's a vicar compared to like our?
Well, he likes choir boys, and that's about it.
Similar to our.
What do you call them in the States?
Yeah, a vicar over here is like a priest.
Do they call them a
clergyman?
Are they allowed to marry?
We don't know.
Vicars can. Yeah, vicars can.
Yeah.
No, they're not monks or anything like that.
Here the priest can't marry, but if you're a minister, you can marry.
Yeah, it's similar
to a. Is it a pastor? What do you have?
Padre.
No, not a padre. A pastor. Do they call it pastor?
Yeah, pastors. Yeah. Pastors
No,
can marry. Yeah.
Pastors can marry.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see one of those pastors in sauce.
No, definitely not. No, if you get a good vicar. He always goes to the choir boys, every Sunday. You know what I mean? He always says to the boys, "Please speak louder.
Vicar.
Speak louder. Speak louder." Yeah. They might hear you in the church.
I'm talking of which, Simone, you'll remember Dick Emery, won't you?
Oh God,
one of his comedy characters was a vicar.
That was it.
Bernard dressed with that woman as well, didn't they?
Oh yeah,
Bernard Manning.
Saying about vicars, guys. Saying about vicars, Father Ted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, got kicked up the ass.
Priest. Yeah, Father Ted.
Got kicked up the ass.
Oh God, that was hilarious. Kick Bishop Brennan out of the house.
Arse, arse, arse.
Arse, fat girls. Drink.
Drink, yeah. The good old days. Oh,
And
God
look up
almighty,
Father
these
Ted.
days.
It's hilarious. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
Oh,
the good old days.
it's brilliant, this Father Ted.
Oh, damn.
Uh,
The good old
I
British
just thought-
things.
Over there in Europe or England, wherever, have you, since COVID, are people going back to church? Here, nobody's really going back to church.
I don't go
know.
to church. I go to radio, and I have my own little radio. My wife goes to church, but like I said, you know, what I mean, I like my radio. I still like my radio. And now, speaking of vicars, we got one here.
Oh, there he is, Father Jack.
Yeah, that's it, Father Jack. Feck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the late Frank Kelly. He actually appeared on the Italian Job, you know, when Michael Caine was being released from jail.
Oh yes.
If you look carefully, you see him.
Yeah.
I always thought they could kind of bring that back in a way with Father Dougal Maguire because he's so stupid.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
They could bring that back. They could.
About Dermot Morgan and Frank Kelly.
You got Frankie Howard, infamy. Yeah.
Oh, Kenneth Williams, who said the
Kim Williams, but Frankie Howard did it as
Carry
well.
on, Cleo.
Yeah, he did it infamy as well. Yeah. What about the old comedies, Mick?
Comedies, Ken Small Engines, Partners. Sorry, Partners isn't funny.
We call Mick Mowers, the mower man, whoever he is.
Andy, you're right. What's that pile of poo behind you in Partners? What's that? Is that a disco?
It's a Discovery 3. It's not mine.
Yeah, just about to say, yeah.
It's appearing on channel. That's why I got Volvo XC90.
Just cut the roof off and turn it into a skip. That's all they're good for.
Mick, I was waiting for you to get back. I was going to ask you if you'd been to a certain station at all.
What station's that?
Bodmin.
Bodmin. Yeah, I've been Bodmin, yeah.
Yeah, have you ever been to the station that they've got there for the old steam trains?
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant down there. Really good. I was down there when I was a teenager working on the old steam trains, cleaning them up.
We've got quite a few down this neck of woods, Simone, to be fair. We've got the Watercrest line, we've got the Bluebell line, we've got quite a few down here.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like the old steamers.
I do. It's good. It's good to see.
I'm not a train anarchy, but I think working in the, it's like anything, isn't it? If you work in the industry, it's like Ken works on helicopters. If they bought in a really old vintage helicopter, Ken would be like, oh yeah, that's all right. You know what I mean? So you get into it. So I actually quite like I like the old fashioned diesel locos, class 57.
I like those. Yeah, I like those.
Anything that takes you about half hour to start something up, that's what I like. You know what I mean? You hear it popping away and parting and blowing off and setting fire to itself.
Is that why you like the Dennis mower?
Yeah, but because you know it's really simple engineering, really simple, but just so unreliable.
Proper engineering. You know how the stuff was made was proper, but they just didn't quite. It was like the other week you said you were fitting a primer carb on a Haterette. Was it Haterette or like an engine of that type? And they were all right, but they just weren't refined, and they were job to start. When you pump that bit of fuel in them, they start easy, don't they? With the when you see an old class 57 or 53 loco start, you know you got to start up the donkey engine, which starts up the main engine, and it's just blowing out black rings of smoke at the top, just waiting for the right compression stroke. You know what I mean? It's just a lovely thing. And when they're all dull, the one thing with the railway, I will say, is they do make them look nice. When they come out of the old paint shop, you know, and it's the first night back out, they look happy.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, I do like the old stuff.
I think modern stuff's got no character.
Yeah, it's got no character, no decent sound to it. You know, if you look at a Briggs and Stratton E-Series engine, it doesnn't run nice from day one anyway. But you get a real nice BSA sloper or something like that. You know, just pop, and then you might get a bit of a piston hit and miss sound as well. You know, where it's got like a double compression, pop. You know, that's brilliant.
Yeah. I know it isn't popular nowadays, but I like something with a bit of smoke and that as well.
Saying that, I did my last video that I did with a car show. There was some like little static engines, and there was like a slight misfire on some of them. and it's there on purpose. That's intentional. But some of them were really fascinating to look at.
I like the intercity ones,
You'll have
125s.
The listers.
Hi Mick, can trains use red diesel or do they pay? Yeah, they actually run on what's called heavy fuel, which is a bit like Arctic lorries. They can run on white or red, and they are allowed to run on red diesel as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
City 125s. I like the old fashioned
Oh,
ones.
yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
That's my favorite, Mick, right there.
Wow.
See, I like that
That's
design.
nice.
Really do.
Yeah, the old E series General Motors in the 40s and 50s.
That reminds me of the movie Runaway Train.
Yeah, I remember that.
That film scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Such a good film. That's free to watch
Was
on
that
YouTube.
John
The
Voight?
whole
Was that
movie.
John Voight?
Yes.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
And Rebecca De Mornay.
Mm.
Can't remember the other guy's name.
It weren't as scary for John Voight in that as it was in the other one, though, Deliverance.
Oh, God, I've got that on Blu-ray. It's a good
What's
film.
his name? Eric Roberts was in that too.
That's it, yeah. Eric Roberts.
Yeah, Ken. There's a class. There's a class on a camera in your phone. There's a class 53. Look at that, look.
Nice.
That is nice. See, I like the Class 58.
I would have been up your street.
I like the intercities.
The Deltic engine.
A little box.
My favourite is a class 50. What's yours, Simone? 50, 58?
58.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a 58.
Mine's always.
What, you guys do? Go by all numbers? Just keep raising the number on the design?
Eh?
How did you designate yours? It's all by number? The design of the train?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Yeah, 50. It would be. Yeah, by year of manufacture, I suppose.
Yeah. The intercity 225s is very nice. The old fashioned ones.
And
You know what I mean?
transfer to diesel. Did you do it like us in the mid 40s?
Eh?
Oops. I'll just get back in reality.
Because we transferred to diesels like right after the war. What's that, Parky?
Oh,
That's
nice.
that's a British Rail
Oh,
Class
that's nice.
55.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like
yeah.
that.
I
What
like
class
that.
is that?
We were a bit
Class
later, weren't we? to
55
diesel?
Deltic.
Yeah.
Didn't we
65 Delta?
Deltic.
Yeah, nice they are. And those ones actually, partners, they can run on third rail or overheads as well. So they actually have the ability to, when they come off of a diesel section, they can actually drop down some shoes and then transfer over to live rail as well.
Blimey.
Yeah, if anyone finds a picture of the 58, that's my favourite. I've always liked it.
Have a look.
Yeah.
Hold on. This one's my favorite of all time, though. Oh, where is it? Hold on. The GG1.
Oh, no,
Nice.
that's,
Oh, wow.
It was a diesel-powered electric, but it could work off the catenary if it needed to. But it was double-sided. The front looks like the back, and the back looks like the front. So when you don't know if it's going forward or back.
So
Does anyone?
that's a class 58 line. Come on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's it. I like that.
That's a rail freight line on it.
I like them.
Yeah, heavy freight. I've always liked that.
Does anyone remember the British Rail lorries? They used to go from like destination to destination with fresh fish, like from Lincolnshire to like London and stuff like that. Used to be British Rail fish lorries. It used to be called.
No.
Yes, there was in the old days from the 1990s. Used to be British Rail lorries, grey ones, and you used to go from one town to another town on the roads at night time. Yep. So much
What's a
good stuff.
scammer? What's a
Scammell?
scammer?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
well, does anybody remember Scammels with glass fibre cabs?
Yeah, Scammels.
Yeah,
Scammels
yeah.
and Sentinels.
That was actually designed, the cab, it was designed by Giovanni Michelotti, who designed a lot of the Triumph cars, up to the 70s. He also did the Bucknell bus.
All that for a while?
And he also, I think he designed the DAF as well.
Yeah.
I'd have to,
Question though, is Lore an actual brand, or is that just a name that you call it that?
Say again.
is a lorry a brand or just what you guys call a taxi?
We call it a truck.
Truck. You call it a truck. We call it a lorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We-
sort
What's
of-
it called? Taxi and taxi cab.
Yeah,
Taxi, yeah.
call it a taxi. Yeah.
Taxi or a cab, yeah.
Or you call it on a Friday night, you call it a sick bucket.
No, I thought they were back at police car.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why
I've
the
only
back
ever
of
been
the,
For drunken disorderly.
only ever been in a police car once, and I was 5 years old. Same as the rest of all the kids at school.
This is the one. This is the one that not many people see, Simone. That one there. Not many people see that old girl.
So what did you do?
Oh, I like
That's
that.
nice. I like
That
that.
is nice.
yeah,
Any
the front
idea
looks
what
like
it
a
is?
Volkswagen.
No,
Righto.
No, come on, guys.
I'm not that good on trains.
That is the only one train you're not allowed to stop.
Queen's
Oh,
train.
wow.
Her Majesty's train. It's a royal
Yeah,
train.
road train. Yeah, road train. Yeah.
Wow. Is that still in service?
What be set?
No, took it out.
Uh,
But if
doesn't,
you can't stop it, how should you get off?
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if that train's still in existence then.
Yeah. It's in the museum now. Took it out of service
Oh wow.
because she was getting ridiculed for the amount of money it cost to keep it in restoration and in use. She got collared for it. But we used to have to go out years ago when that was running, and all the blokes on the section had to man level crossings, man overline bridges, foot crossings. And we were told when it was coming. You had to go out and just stand on a level crossing somewhere, and just make sure the barriers were down and everything was as it should be. Yeah.
The good old days of trucks and lorries and trains.
Yeah.
I like Concorde. I'm afraid I still like Concorde.
Concorde, I've actually not too far from me, Duxford War Museum.
Duxford, I've been there. Duxford.
Oh
I've been
yeah,
there.
They've got Concorde there, and actually there's a video on YouTube of it landing there in about 1969, and it had to have a
Was it one of
parachute on the back
prototype?
to slow it down.
Have you ever seen one of these, Simone? I've actually been on this.
Actually, I'm not sure it's 69. Might have been a bit later, but it's around that sort of time.
Oh, I like those. Yeah. I think they've got one of those up at Buckfastleigh.
That's actually a BR maintenance inspection carriage.
Oh wow.
And it's designed on that little puppy. That's where all these section managers go on, and then you're accompanied by the head of track, all the rail asset management team, all the engineers, and what have you. And when it's your turn, when it gets to your section of track, you have to stand. You have to sit in the front. You've got the driver, the head of track, and then you. And then they're not standard seats. They're just really comfortable front room armchair seats is what are in there. And as you're going down the track, you'll hit a bump, something like, and the head of track go, "Oh, Mr. Mowers, what's that all about? When are you removing that defect?" And week 24, I'm taking it out Wednesday night. I'm doing, So that's an inspection saloon, and in the back of it is a silver service buffet in the back.
Oh my God! Wow.
Lush. The last of the day out.
How are you, Mr. Briggs? How are you doing?
I'm alive.
Scott.
I'm Mr. Briggs. How you doing? All right.
I'm fine.
Last time I heard you were in for treatment. Did that all go all right?
Oh yeah, they do just a monthly treatment.
Okay, that's good.
Guys, I need to go. I've got stuff to do.
Right, see you later, Simone.
Yep. Hello, Mr. Briggs. Goodbye, Mr. Briggs.
Option Concorde.
Bye.
All right. Have a good day, everyone.
There you go. This is my favourite Concorde video.
Take care, Simone. Look after yourself.
Oh, right, I'll just get my thingy off me. I'll get back there to reality.
Oh, Look at them.
That's a proper
Rolls Royce
plane.
Olympus engines. Right, I won't be sick.
That is proper plane.
It was.
Yeah.
I think I read that used more. If that was taken off from Heathrow, it used more fuel taking off than a normal jumbo jet. It used more fuel taking off than a jumbo jet used to take off from Heathrow to get to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That's how much fuel it used.
I believe that.
Yeah.
But the only issue is the weight and balance system they have to use, you see.
It was just so iconic. It shouldn't have been allowed. They should have kept it going in some capacity, really. But
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because they won't renew its certificate.
yeah, who was it? I mean, was it Airbus refused to keep looking after it, didn't they? I think
Airbus withdrew support.
Yeah. But
Technical
in some
support.
capacity, even to keep one up there for shows or something, it would have just been good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know what he's doing.
I think Branson wanted to buy them.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a fund going, I think, to save up to put one back in the air. And they wanted to put one down near the London Eye, which you could go on as a restaurant and have a meal like you could have on it when it was, in service. But I've heard no more recently about that.
This is actually what we use on a railway term. This is actually an old BR tilly kit for making.
My dad's got one. My dad's got one of them, I think.
This is a BR one.
Bit of Benny Hill.
Love it. I love that song. It goes with everything, even jerk off.
Yeah.
What you
It's
got?
good when you with time lapse shots. If you've got time lapse shot, it goes well with that.
Uh-oh, dead mouse.
So what's everyone up to today, apart from talking on a live stream?
Well, I'm on my lunch break now.
I've got to go down to Tesco's. It's Nana's birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to go get some balloons and bits and pieces in a minute. But, I'm having a quiet day today. I've done 3 videos yesterday, so yeah, a bit of a quiet day today.
I've got to put music on the radio for tomorrow, and that's about it.
I go finish Shimara off that one. That Honda drive system. That one. I want to finish that off.
Yeah.
Luke, that video you had yesterday. When's that thing gonna be installed and running?
Hopefully, fairly soon. But I'm not rushing. I've actually got further on. There is another video I've done, and the engine's practically back together now.
What do you do to the outside of that? Is that just paint or is that powder coat?
Vapor blasted.
Won't be a sec.
Yeah, but the only problem with vapor blasted, when that's back on, if that's going along and you get splashes of water on, the aluminium will leave a funny sort of mark on it. So there's some paste you can put on, some stuff you can rub on to protect it. So I'll have to do that.
Do you have a vapor blast somewhere?
I had it done.
Tim.
I had it done a bloke about 10, 15 miles away. He did it, yeah. It cost me about £120 to have that vapor blasted. There was a lot to do on that. It looks nice. It does look nice now.
What are you, hard ass? I don't have any crisps here, so I can't do it.
I'm just doing what you do on my streams, Ken.
A squashy.
A what?
Man, you guys are crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
you're sweet.
Yeah.
Squashy.
Don't know who that phone call is.
Available in all branches of Aldi.
There, Tim.
I think we've got some in house.
Crazy.
Definitely.
Where do you got the camera, Scott, or the phone? What do you got on the ground?
It's a bit dark.
No, just a pen. Got sitting there doing my dispatching before I go to work.
What are you dispatching?
I gotta sit there and do a dispatching on my tablet before I go to work. The tablet in the truck, you have to type in where you're going and that every day before you leave.
When do you start? How long till you start?
And about as soon as I do a pre-trip on the truck.
Now, what do you have to do? Certify that you did the inspections and all that every day?
Yep.
Yeah, same as me. How long does your inspection take, Briggsy?
Oh, that's why. Why wouldn't you do inspections?
Aye?
I do inspections every day.
Yeah, same as me. Same as me. How long does your inspection take?
About 15 minutes.
Yeah, mine's a bit longer.
Well, you got more parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever find anything on an inspection, Scott, that would make you not have to or not work that day?
No, they'll send somebody to fix it.
Yeah.
They'll give you the day off for that.
What about when you find something, Mick? Do you use a different train, or you got to send someone over to fix it?
No, can't. No, because the train is allocated to that area and has a certain head code number and a path. So you can't. It's a bit like if you ordered an articulated lorry to turn up and a tractor and trailer turned up. It's not the same thing. So no, the machine that we use, if we turn up and there's a headlight out or the air condition doesn't work, because we have to have our cabs have to be fully air conditioned. So it's pressure. The cab is pressurized, so it keeps the dust out and what have you. So if that isn't working, or even a windscreen washer pump, if you can't clear the screen, the train don't go out.
Isn't Network Rail? Is that still government owned? That's not private.
Yeah, government owned. Yeah,
still government. Is it ever? Do you think it'll ever be privately?
No, not now.
Because they were on about it once.
They were compiling reports for Network Rail for inspection of structures like bridges and such like and retaining walls.
Yeah.
Those have to be examined every 12 months. You have a visual inspection every 12 months.
Some are more stringent than that. Dependent on the a lot of it's dependent on the frequency and tonnage of track is what it's dependent on, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Do you know how we used to test for bridge structures integrity?
Go and kick them.
No, used to buy second-hand double-decker buses and hit them with buses.
Really?
What, like on Live and Let Die?
Thought we used to do. Honestly, thought we used to do. What the bridge do?
Also do an actual bridge strike.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, also if there are a bridge strike, an inspection has to be carried out.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get a BSN strike. Yeah. You have to have a BSN turn up, bridge strike nominee, or BSE, bridge strike engineer.
Because I think it was an incident where sort of some banking had crumbled away. As well, so I
was quite technical.
Like a wing wall had collapsed or something.
Yeah,
on a bridge.
Yeah, quite common.
Yeah, but what I had to do was I'd collect the information from the inspections and put the actual report together, PDF file that went to Network Rail.
That's it.
Come on, you slow ass thing. Log on.
I was watching a video yesterday. It was out in Asia somewhere. And there's this little town and all these houses right next to the train track. And this train was going through the middle and it was nearly touching the houses. It was that close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It must be so dodgy to not, to not walk out onto the track, because.
Well, there are some parts in London where it does get a bit tight like that, Luke.
Oh, is there? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we seem to be, in the main, we seem to be more aware of things like that. In some other countries, they'll put it through the smallest gap possible, won't they? If they can get it through.
Oh yeah.
Powered rail, the third rail. Is that more in the city limits? There's nothing like that out of the country, right?
Like more in the countryside.
Really?
Countryside and some urban environments. It's not so much the stuff in London predominantly now is going over the third rail. But I saw it overheads. But the problem is that you can't just in the UK you can't just put a concrete structure up without planning permission and all that sort of stuff. See?
If you want to travel by train, do you get a reduction for working?
No, not yet. Some of the older staff, the old BR boys do, but no, we don't. But we're looking to be transferred over to a company called. We're being taken over by a company called Great British Railways.
And then you might get that perk.
And it should come back in, yeah.
Because it ain't cheap now, is it? Train travel ain't cheap.
No.
Was it ever been?
Well, yeah. I've, to be honest, I've never, apart from when I was a kid, and I can't remember. I've never been on a train. I can't remember ever being on one.
Well, I once had to go to Coventry to pick up a car that I bought.
Were you sent to Coventry?
And it was cheaper. I wasn't sent. I went. I went of my own accord. Yeah, I know what you meant, Luke. I knew exactly what you meant. But it was cheaper to get a coach than to get a train.
Yeah, well, actually, I was speaking to someone, and he wants to go to. They live near me, and they've got I got a house in Scotland, and he was looking how to get up there the best way. He usually drives, but his wife had already took the car up there. He looked into a train. He said it was so expensive. He went by plane in the end. It was cheaper.
Yeah. We get flight to Aberdeen Airport.
It was right up there. Actually, right near Aberdeen. Yeah, it was up there.
Yeah.
Scott, what does beating the tires with the tire iron do?
Make sure they got air. They're not flat.
Well, they look approximately the right shape. You know what to say about what sort of tires to use? Only use round ones.
Those look pretty new.
Tire iron.
They look round
They
to
are
me.
new. I just bought them. I think my grill's got a problem. What do you think?
Sounds like it.
Cable tie it.
Gaffer tape.
Always should have cable ties and gaffer tape as well. Actually,
Three most useful things: a hammer, cable ties, and gaffer tape.
I tell you what, I was searching for yesterday at a job: a Jubilee clip. That's another handy thing to have.
Yeah, but not the Chinese ones that strip out all the time.
No, they ain't no good. No, you're right. They're no good. You get them all fitted on, and then they slip at the end.
I like the ones that have like a little helicopter handle.
Anything else? It's just a worm drive clip.
It's the same on my job, Mr. Pringle. If I got a flat tire, I can't go out.
Yep, you don't have a flat tire.
No, we do. We suffer with flat spots where the train will spin and it forms a flat. And if we form a flat, it goes out and damages a railhead. It can't go out.
Well, Mick, you have to
change then.
Hey?
Just a new wheel on the train then.
But get them all reprofiled.
Oh, get them recut, yeah. So yeah.
Sounds absolutely nuts.
Well, if you go out and you're running at 50 mile an hour and that's continue banging on the head of a rail, it bruises a rail.
Yeah.
Forms a defect.
But Mick, what's the cause of like locked up brakes, or what would cause the flat spot?
Lots of braking or lots of wheel spinning.
Oh, okay. Do you guys, Mick, like we have here, do you use sand for traction, where you dump some sand in front of them?
Yeah.
Well, it's health and safety. It has to be, doesn't it? So everything has to be right.
Yeah.
Right as it possibly can be.
No, on the railway loop, it has to be right.
But there's still accidents.
There is to a degree.
The railway's invented in this country.
Hey, Luke, it's the same way with helicopters. They got to run because it's a long way down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't just bail out.
No.
Nope.
Why not?
Nope.
On the railway, Ken, we don't have the pleasure of a steering wheel.
But that's the thing is they're travelling fast, aren't they? And they just stay on that track, don't they? It's not like a car, is it?
Gravity. It's just pure gravity.
Just pointed in the direction and it goes.
And when you put the brakes on, and it can take up to 1.25 miles to stop. You're hitting something.
Yeah, there's no emergency stop, is there?
I can remember.
An emergency stop. You got to wait a mile to get there.
I remember there's a signaller called someone Webb. I think his name was John Webb. He worked up the Dorking signal box, and this is back in the day when they had real old signalling equipment. And he made a mistake, and he signalled a train down the Dorking line by accident, and all he could see was 2 little red dots on his panel. Bump, 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 bump. And he couldn't get hold of a driver. He couldn't do anything. Two red dots go like that. All of a sudden, just one dot. It happens.
There's not too many, is there, accidents? But it's
Not
like everything. It's like
everything
planes,
now.
isn't it? You look at planes, there's one happening every now and then, isn't there?
Yeah, you always get one. Generally, everything on the railway now is in a fail-safe position. So you can't signal a train to the other train's clear. You can't route a train to the other train's clear. If a train driver has a heart attack or falls asleep, you've got a dead man's handle. Got a 30-second foot brake. There's so much on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right,
like
When you talk about brakes, are there brakes on all the cars, or is it just the lead?
So when the driver is driving down the track, he's got a dead man's handle. If he lets go of that, then the handle goes back to zero. But he has a foot pedal, which he must keep his foot on at all times. And every 30 seconds, there's a beep, and he must release his pedal and push it down again within 3 seconds. If he doesn't do that, the brakes come on.
Wow.
So like you said, if he had a heart attack or something, then it would stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, right?
But years ago, I shouldn't think none of that stuff was on them then, was it? It was just all manual.
Well, they used to have a dead man, but the drivers used to get a cup of coffee and wedge it open, and then sit back and just watch it.
Yeah.
Wow. That happened here one time, and it killed like 10 or 12 people. The guy had jammed something in there, and while he was getting caught, kept the same acceleration, and he went around 2 sides of a curve or 2 sides of a curve. Didn't slow down, and the thing derailed. Yeah.
Well, that happened in France a little while ago, because obviously each radius of curve is canted to a certain degree versus a tonnage and line speed. And if you go around that curve too fast, then the centrifugal force is too great on the high rail, and the train derails. Yeah.
They passed a law here where they're going to have automatic deceleration, quarter mile before the turn. It'll sense the turn and make sure you're not relying on a human to do the right speed, almost like automated,
Yeah, more of that is happening.
What used to happen when the trains were running late, you used to get a good section of straight line, and the drivers used to open them up, and used to try and catch their time up, because they used to get penalised for being late. So at one point, you had a train doing 120, when it should only be doing 70, just to try and keep up. But we got our own railway police as well. I mean, basically use speed guns and trap them. Yeah, it's idiot. Right.
Well, it'll be logged as well.
I'm going to Tesco. I'll catch you guys later on.
All right.
All right,
Remember,
enjoy
the
yourself
party,
at
remember the
Tesco's.
party poppers. All right.
Party poppers, balloons, and banners for Nan. Yeah,
And gaffer tape.
76 years old she is. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later on.
Catch
Take
you
care,
later.
mate. Look after yourself.
All right.
Bye
See you, mate.
bye. Bye.
I'm coming up. I'm on an hour and a half, so I'm going to hit it. My parts store's going to be open in about 5 minutes. So.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I'm going to get on
No
anyway.
problem.
Thought I'd pop
Take
up.
care, everyone. Look after yourselves.
See you all later.
See you later. Have fun.
Thanks for having me up.
Luke,
Pardon again?
you going on later at all?
Me?
Yeah, Friday.
No, but I'm going to be doing one in a week or two because I'm nearly up to 1,500 subs. So I'm going to do a live for 1,500 subs.
Yep.
So
We're going to see them all Lambretta content.
there is one more video done. There is one more video done.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I do enjoy the Lambretta videos.
Yeah. I'll be glad.
I did start watching that T4 where you were taking belts off engines.
Yeah, actually, I've got to get on with the T4 a bit more.
What's the difference between them two engines? They're both diesels.
Yeah, but one's just a turbo diesel and one's a TDI.
Right.
One's basically the pump and everything is ECU. The other is a manual.
Yeah. Is it basically same block?
Basically the same block, but the
So mounts will just bolt straight on.
there is one difference I had to do. I had to drill some mounts, but the holes are already there. The pilot holes are already there. One's 90 horsepower and one's 68 horsepower. So that's basically makes a bit difference.
Yeah, because I know we got the T4.
Yeah, take care, Ken. Look after yourself.
Put diesel engine out and put petrol engine out for Golf GTI. See you,
Talk to you later,
Sparky.
guys.
Yeah, see you later.